What is your answer to someone who tells you you can't do something? I have the perfect answer for you. Are you ready? Hey, it's Lenny Wennerstrom, and I read a passage every single day for you from Dr. Shad Helmstedter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. Why do I do that? Because I'm here to help you find your purpose. When you have purpose, it changes your life. When you have purpose, you know the exact direction in which you're moving in your life. You have meaning in your life. It is absolutely amazing to feel purposeful, to have intention going behind things that you are doing for others, knowing that it feels right, it feels good, it flows, all of that. And it's a beautiful thing to feel that. So for September 2nd, day 246, 121 days left in 2024. We are 67.21% complete with the year. So September 2nd, the passage is, here is what you say. Are you ready? I love, Dr. Shad is so amazing. I know, drum roll please. I just love the way that self-talk, how positive and how powerful and empowering it is. So you ready? When someone says, I cannot, I answer, why not? So if they tell you, you can't do that, that can't be done, you say, why not? That's what you say. So let's read that again. When someone says, I cannot, I answer, why not? When someone says, it's impossible, I answer that nothing is more impossible than I believe it to be. And today, with my incredible attitude and positive self-talk working for me, anything good is possible. Your self-talk is so key to your success in every single area of your life. When you're telling yourself, listen to your self-talk, monitor your self-talk. When you're saying, you know, oh man, I'm so fat, I'm so stupid, I always mess up. I don't even like to say those things, but I'm giving you examples. I don't like to put that into my brain because that's not me anymore. I used to say things like that. I used to say, I'm so fat, there's no way that I can make that amount of money to get there. I don't have the smarts. I thought I wasn't worthy, and I mean, all this kind of stuff. And so many of us do. That is society. That is what we have learned as these. We have been taught these things. They have been repeated to us through neuroplasticity. Our brains are plastic, and they're so willing to just like soak up it. They soak up everything. Your brain soaks up absolutely everything. So when you were a baby, everybody was like, ooh, how cute, and then you started walking, it's like, you're gonna break that, don't fall down, don't do this, don't do that. You know, and you know, you can't, you're too short, you can't reach for that. You're just, you know, and telling other people, oh, he's so shy, and then pretty soon you're like, I'm so shy, because you're repeating. So the point is, it's repetition. So you hear it the first time, it gets recorded, and then you hear it a second time, and it gets recorded, you hear it a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth, and it gets wired into your brain and becomes a program that your brain works off of. Man, somebody just drove by and they had the most crazy amount of perfume on. I was like, whoa. Anyway, that was interesting. So if you saw me open my eyes big, I was like, wow, that's crazy. They're driving by and I smelled it. So your self-worth, who you are, like seriously, when someone tells you that you can't do something, just remind yourself, first of all, say, why not, right? And somebody tells you it's impossible, you answer, nothing is more impossible than I believe it to be. Your belief, your self-talk creates your beliefs. The more that something is repeated, I don't care if it's a religion and you start going to Sunday school or whatever, you know, whatever religion it is, pretty soon you believe that to be the truth. That is the absolute truth. As my brother tells me that, you know, whatever he believes, that's the absolute truth. Well, that's the absolute truth for him, right? I believe something totally different. Why is it that we have so many beliefs? If you were a baby, and this is how important this is, if you were a baby and you were taken from your mother or taken into a new culture, well, let's say you were taken from your mother because your mother would keep you in the culture, but just for conversation's sake and for this lesson, if you were taken from, say, you're in the United States, and you were taken to the Middle East, and you grew up with parents that were totally different, had totally different values, then those would be repeated to you through culture, through your parents, or the people, not your parents, but the people who have you, and through all your teachers and your friends, your peers, all the other children around you. That is how. This is how you can understand how very powerful your brain is. It is there to help you to do whatever is programmed into it to do, even if it's something that doesn't serve you, like you're not good enough, you'll never have enough money, you'll never be slim enough, you'll never be healthy, you'll never be, like, all these different things of not having, in lack, right? All of these things I say in lack, right, because I'm giving you examples of things that hold us back when we were born with absolute promise and potential, the ability to do and be and change and create absolutely anything. And then we got programmed by other people, other people's views, their judgments, their values, their shortcomings, their limitations. We are not limited. We don't come onto planet Earth with limits. We are unlimited. We become limited when people tell us we are limited, and it's repeated, and all of a sudden those become our programs. We start believing them, and those become our beliefs. So it doesn't matter what religion you are, you went into that religion, and it was repeated, and now you believe it. Now that is a belief, which then creates your attitude about that, and your attitude not just about that, but all other religions or spirituality or whatever. It affects every bit of it, which creates the emotions. So, and you think about this in politics, right? In our politics, Democrat, Republican, or whatever, the others, and it creates separation because I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and you should do this, and you're doing that wrong, and all of these things. But let me keep going with where I'm going. So that's the feelings, then the feelings of, like, anger and resentment, and you should be this or you should do that, to the other party, and then it creates your actions, and then your results. So you think about that in politics, you think about that in religion, you think about all the wars that are created. It's all programs, and you can change your programs. And I'm not saying change your programs for your religion or your politics or any of that. Change the programs that do not serve you. Change the programs that when somebody tells you can't do something, change that to where your self-belief, your belief is so strong in yourself that you are able to do absolutely anything. Change those programs if you would like to have success in every single area of your life. You don't have to change. If you absolutely believe whatever you believe in your religion, your spirituality, and you believe in your politics or any of that stuff, one, just recognize their programs, that they were repeated, and now they're programs, and now they're beliefs. And if they work for you, you don't need to change anything. Those are yours. You can do absolutely anything you want, but recognize and honor that other people are running programs as well, and those are their programs. I now look, there was quiet for the first time. I feel like I've been yelling, but there's you can't see it, but there's a freeway. You can hear it. And it was just quiet for the first time since I've been in Amarillo. Not even at night is it quiet. Anyway, it's like, wow, I'm yelling. So, but now I'm not again. But the point is, those are all programs. You're running programs. That is how you're running on programs. Your brain is a computer. It's a beautiful, sophisticated, highly intuitive, amazing tool, intelligent. Well, it's not intelligent. You're the intelligent one. You're the one that gives it the directions. And these phrases in here, the phrases in the description that I always put in the description, that positive self-talk language that is Dr. Shad Helmstetter created, because it's the quickest way to change your programs. You have to replace those programs that have been repeated, and are now wired into your brain. You have to rewire those you have to replace them with another program that serves you. I mean, you don't have to do anything. What I'm saying is, if you would like to do that, the way to do that is you have to rewire with another program that serves you. So whatever the input is your output. So again, it is your belief, and your belief creates your attitude. Let me start from the very beginning. It's whatever has been repeated, that is your belief. That becomes your belief. And then from your belief, you have an attitude. It's your attitude about whatever that is, whether it be politics, religion, or how you feel about yourself, how you feel about rich people, how you feel about poor people, how you feel about fat people, skinny people, how you feel about cowboys or Indians, or you feel about a Jeep versus a Chevy versus a Ford, how you feel about RVers, how you feel about, whatever it is. It shapes all, those are your attitudes from your beliefs, which came from those programs. That's where it all started. To your beliefs, to your attitude about that, and then your feelings about that. So you have that attitude. Now what are your feelings about that? Someone is not right because they don't believe how you believe, and so you don't feel that they're as smart as you, or you don't feel as smart as them because they believe something that you would like to believe. It's like it's just all programs. And then that your actions, whatever those actions are, and then those lead to your results in life. So this is why when I talk to you about finding success in every single area of your life, it's your programs. And the way to change those programs so that you can find success in every single area of your life, your relationships, your financial strength, your health and fitness, your personal development, your positivity overall, your absolutely anything, your personality, absolutely anything, you can change those programs. And you can change those programs through neuroplasticity, through the ability to having this malleable brain that just gives you whatever the input is, it spits out the output. So that whole thing, whatever your beliefs are, it just, that repetition is the key. And this is why it is such a beautiful language, the self-talk language. So listen to your self-talk. Listen to your self-talk, and what are you telling yourself? Are you saying that you'll never make enough money to build the house of your dreams, that you can only go to certain places on your vacation because you don't have enough money, and maybe at this moment you don't have the resources to do that, but could you have the resources in a year or 2 years or 6 months? If you were creative and believed in yourself, and you are creative, we're all creative, we're all created to create. Could you create could you have that intelligence to find the knowing that you have that inner intelligence go within? It's all there. It is all within. You have all the answers within. And finding your purpose is such a big part of it, because it makes everything so much more easy, so much more, I guess it just feels right for you. You flow with it. So one of the things, and I've shared this with you before, but my hubby never believed in me. He actually would tell me when I would have an idea or something, he would say, I'm not going to blow wind up your skirt. That'll never work. Or that's not, you'll never make that happen. Or just, and for so many years, I believed it, like it was in my psyche that I couldn't do things, and I wasn't as good. And it's very interesting. Now, those are his programs, but I chose to believe them. It wasn't all the time. It wasn't like, you are not smart, you're so stupid, or it wasn't anything like that. It wasn't abusive in any way. It was just his programs that he didn't believe that I could create. I am an incredibly creative person, and I can come up with like these ideas for products and all kinds of stuff. And I always did, and now it's kind of, I just don't always, I can still see things, it's just not something that, anyway, it doesn't really matter. But my point is, I allowed myself to believe. It became like in my head, I started telling myself those things. I want to do it, but I never finish things. I don't have enough resources. I don't know how, I don't know who I would even ask to help me, draw this, or, I don't know what, and I would admire all these other peeparoos that are doing all these things all the time and thinking they're smarter than me, they're more dedicated, they're more determined. And so my self-esteem, right? It's my self-esteem. It would take a hit. So it is all in our heads because it's all programs. And so when someone says, you cannot, you answer, why not? When someone says, it's impossible, you answer that nothing is more impossible than you believe it to be. And today, with your incredible attitude and positive self-talk working for you, anything good is possible. Absolutely anything good is possible. Man, I love you so very, very much. You are amazing. You can do this. I believe in you. You can do absolutely anything you put your mind to. You can do absolutely anything you put your brain, you change the programs in your brain, and then you'll be able to do absolutely anything. You can find success in absolutely every single area of your life. I love you so very, very much. You're awesome and amazing. And did I say I believe in you? Because I do. And we'll see you for, let me see, for September 3rd, nothing can stop you or hold you back. We're going to talk about that. That's the phrase for tomorrow. It's very exciting. Let me see if I have a self-talk. Nope. Maybe I might have one. Anyway, coming up for September 3rd, we'll talk about the phrase that nothing, how to deal with that one, that phrase, nothing that can stop you or hold you back from success. I love you so very, very mucho. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. And look at this Amarillo wind. It gives me such a beautiful, it's kind of a blowy hair look, doesn't it? It's just really beautiful. My hair is really on this side, but I just got tired of that, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I love you so very, very much. We'll see you for September 3rd. Ciao.